Hello, Queens, and welcome to the Lashes and Sashes podcast. I'm so excited to introduce this pageant online community to you all. I am Elizabeth Tran. I have been involved in the pageant industry over the last 21 years now, and I'm so excited to share my gratitude and love for pageantry through Lashes and Sashes. So this is the podcast form. We also have a blog at lashesandsashes.com. I think too often I get very heated and passionate when I see mainstream media platforms like Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Fox News, etc. Whenever Miss Universe or Miss America comes and they put those news stories on the headlines, there's subtle jabs about pageants and how they are outdated or anti-feminist and superficial. But the irony of that is that it's the reporters that are superficial. They're not the ones competing in the pageant or preparing or taking their time and due diligence to really understand what these contestants, directors, staff members, and people go through to really respect the sport of pageantry. And understand too, it's not all about your aesthetics, your beauty, your body. I mean, yes, that's part of it. And I'd like to say as a whole, it's more of a presentation. But the beauty, really, of pageantry in my 20-year experience is the launchpad and the opportunities that it provides, which is what I hope to share here through Lashes and Sashes. Pageants have given me the incredible blessings of being a TEDx speaker, my family being on a TLC reality series, and now currently really building up my modeling career in Miami and as a web designer. So I just want to share how pageants are really a launch pad to absolutely anything you set your mind to. I'll be more than happy to share some pageant stories and experiences that I've had, along with some interviews with some of my pageant friends, colleagues, and people that I really admire. So I'd also love to hear from you, whether you are even interested in pageants or curious about the world of pageantry, or you're a pageant veteran. I'd love to create more conversations about the pageant industry and what's going on, especially as pageants started now. Like, let's say Miss America was the first OG beauty pageant, beauty contest in the United States. We're not going back to like Greek gods and goddesses over here. And, with that, we really have to adapt to what's going on in our time today. A lot of complaints that I see in pageants are the ratings are down. But honestly, for me, I don't even have a TV in my home. I mostly watch shows on my cell phone. So, really, it's understanding how are we going to adapt this wonderful sport into the technologies and media platforms that we're using today to keep its relevance and hopefully to make pageantry grow across mainstream media. I'd love to get your feedback on that. I'd also like to give a big shout out to Life After the Crown by Tim Tialdo. He is an MC host for the RPM pageants at Miss USA, but his podcast really did plant that seed and inspired me to create this platform, but more so when I was competing at Miss Florida USA. And, I was really thinking about giving up and not really being sure if this is the path that I wanted to continue in. His podcast and the interviews he had with the different pageant title holders truly inspired me to keep going, keep moving forward. And to this day, I still see how the time and energy I have invested into pageantry has, given a return on investment tenfold. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. And if you have any questions or certain discussion topics that you're interested in, I would be more than happy to elaborate on those. Just send an email over to lashesandsashes@gmail.com. I will be mostly focusing on my personal experiences in pageants for my solo episodes, and then we'll see how the interviews go. I love sharing stories and I love hyping other girls. I think a really popular phrase I see on like TikTok is being a girl's girl. And I want us to be the pageant girls, if that makes sense. Another big misconception is how pageant people or pageant contestants can get very competitive amongst one another. And, it's a space where you tear down women and because that's what happens. And that's not true. Or at least in my experience, that has not been the case. I have been surrounded by the most supportive, empowering woman and beyond. I would say, even for my web design business or my modeling career, a lot of my success is due to the network that I've gained through pageantry. So you have a niche group of very passionate and supportive women and entrepreneurs willing to help each other. So just another reason I think I need to make a whole list of why pageants are amazing, but that list would be so long, hence why it is now a podcast and a blog. So I'd love to hear from you, and I really appreciate you taking the time to listen in on this and learn more about the pageant world. All right, goodbye. Signing off. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you're into pageantry. So when people do their farewell crownings, it's like signing off for the last time. I am your 2024 Miss Watermelon Ultimate Grand Supreme, Elizabeth Tran. And no, I'm not Miss Watermelon Ultimate Grand Supreme, but I like referencing pageant things. I guess it's one of those, if you know, you know, but I like to give context and, bring that up. I do also love referencing Miss Congeniality and all my fun millennial rom-coms and other movies. So just expect that. All right, take care. Bye.